This was a very perfect type of episode of Hanayamata. A great way to end this series, honestly. I enjoyed it. And if you're wondering about my mask, don't ask. Don't ask, okay? Just don't. You'll see later. You'll see later in a future video that'll be out later today. But anyways, this episode of Hanayamata was very, very good. I actually enjoyed this episode a lot. It was a very enjoyable episode that gave me a lot of feels. I mean, I love how everything worked out in the end. Pretty much, you had Hana managed to make it back for Yosakoi for her club, and then, you know, at the end of this episode, they state that they're going to have to plan for the cultural festival to be able to dance in it 2 weeks prior in advance. So, the episode pretty much leaves off where all the problems are fixed, Hana's going to be staying in Japan, and all her characters now have no issues between each other. So, this is a really good finale for Hanayamata, honestly. It's a really good episode I enjoyed from start to finish. Now, this series, for the most part, Hanayamata, has been a very adorable series. It has been very, very adorable, and it's something I will recommend to others. Personally, what I think makes Hanayamata so good is the animation. The animation of this series is definitely, by far, one of the most unique from this anime season. It's just the art style and the animation looks so cool, and I like the character designs, because it's, even though it's moe, even though the characters are moe, they're a lot different from normal anime I've seen from this season. So I definitely love the artwork that this series has portrayed from start to finish, and it's been really beautiful, and especially the backgrounds. They're just so dazzling and sparkly that it makes me just, you know, think everything is adorable in this series. Now, I will state this, though. I really have no complaints at all with Hanayamata. I really can look back at this series after finishing it and say that every episode I watched wasn't a waste of time. It was all fun, it was adorable, and it was a great time to watch on Monday. Like, I love looking forward to every Monday, every week, to watch Hanayamata and Oharu Rod. And this definitely will be a series I will miss. Hopefully this series gets a Season 2, because, I mean, the way it ended off of, it might have a Season 2, I don't know. I don't know if the sales of Hanayamata was that good to warrant a Season 2. But if it ever does get a Season 2, I definitely will watch this and review it, because I've enjoyed the comedy, too. Even though I don't like Machi as a character, that's the only complaint I've actually had from Hanayamata, I think the series did a good job. Even though it'll take a while for me to get used to that character, Machi, that's not going to drag my opinion of this series down. This series is very good. I love the aspect of Yosakoi. I love the characters. And just getting to see the progression all of our characters have with the character development and everything. Like, for instance, you know, Naru in this series, or Hana, Yaya. Like, Yaya meets her friends in this final episode and they cheer her on. You get to see Naru's father, you know, cheer her on and say, like, oh, my daughter's grown up and stuff like that. So, you get to see a lot of progression with the characters since the very beginning of, like, the first episode. And that was a very sweet way to end this series. If I had to rate Hanayamata, honestly, I would probably give it an 8 out of 10, probably. Or 7.5 or 8 out of 10 in total. The reason why I won't put it that high is because the overall concept of this series, even though it's technically been done before in different types of genres, it's not the most unique, but I still enjoy it. The art style, though, I wish we had more anime with this type of art style. The art style is something I'd like to see in anime in the future, more anime, because it's just so vastly different from other moe blob that we see nowadays. Even though it was moe, like I said earlier, just the moe that was portrayed in this was just so different and kawaii. So tell me your thoughts. What's your final thoughts on Hanayamata? Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? What was your favorite moments about this series? And will you miss this series every Monday? I mean, are you upset that it's finally over? Let me know in the comments below, and hopefully you all have a nya day.